Hey guys, we're pulling into our location. Just wanted to give everyone like an insight of what it's like being a host slash guest in our Charlotte location. So if you look to our left, we have the Park My Share dedicated intercom system. So if a host or a guest has an issue with an AVI tag reading, or say something happens in the trip, this is a good way for the guests and hosts to be able to call our team 24/7 and get access to the facility and get the vehicle inside of the lot. If you look up here, we have our AVI reader. And this is what reads the AVI tag on the windshield, which automatically lifts the gate. You never have to pull tickets. You never have to pay with a card. So it makes it really seamless and easy for you to get in and out. One thing that we're doing that's new that we've invested in is these cameras. It'll act as both a license plate reader, as kind of like a secondary backup credential if there's something wrong with the AVI tag, but it also acts as like a secondary security measure as well. So it's a good way to get photos and videos as a host, whether it's before or after a trip. If you ever wanted like a secondary backup photo, say that damage happened to your vehicle or something, you'd be able to access that in your Park My Share portal. And I'm just gonna drive through the lot and just show you what the experience is and kind of how the journey looks for you as a guest or as a host from kind of the start to the finish. But basically you're taking a left-hand turn right at the beginning, and you take a right-hand turn, and then you're basically just following this aisle all the way to the end where the Carshare, Park My Share section is. One thing that I tell folks all the time, especially hosts who are concerned about the guest experience, is the parking spot, which is our parking partner, has excellent shuttle service. In this video that you're watching, we'll probably see a half dozen shuttles throughout the few minutes that we'll be driving through this lot. So there's always a shuttle or two at the airport, and then there's always a shuttle or two at the lot, ensuring that nobody's late to their flights and that everyone's getting picked up promptly at the airport. In fact, the average time to each gate at airports is usually about 5 to 7 minutes. So once you hang a right on the main drive aisle to start heading to the Park My Share section, there's a transfer gate area. Again, it's super easy because of the AVI system. All you're doing is just pulling up, the reader will read, and you just drive right through. We invest a lot of time and money in creating these signs that you see to make sure that your guests understand exactly where they're going. So you just kind of follow the signs, look out for cars backing up into you, dodge a couple shuttles. Sometimes you got to do a 7-point turn, and that's okay. We've all been there. Sometimes it's on camera though. So once you hang the right at the end of the drive aisle, you'll just kind of keep going a little ways, and then you'll see a bunch of our Park My Share signs. One thing that's really neat, hosts ask me this all the time. Hey Isaac, what happens if you run out of space? Well, with our partner, that's not a real issue. So for example, this location just opened. Right now we have this drive aisle, which is a section R. We can service a couple hundred vehicles out of this lot. If we max out and we use up all the space, our partner usually allows us to grow with them. So if we need to expand and have more Park My Share specific space, we can do that. So this is the section that hosts will be parking in. And then the other really cool thing that I always talk about is the sign investment. It's really key to having a seamless experience. You'll always see a column indicator, and then there's always a space indicator too. You're telling your guest, park in row A, space 137. It's really clearly marked, and it allows everyone to be on the same page, the shuttle, the host, and the guest. So it makes for pretty seamless instructions. Not sure if you saw when we were driving, but there's camera systems all throughout this lot. So it's really secure. Everything's gated. I think in fact, these are electric fences. So just like little added measures to make your asset protected when it's here at the lot. You see a ton of shuttles behind me. These are all the backup shuttles, which are on reserve, like during slower times. Today's a Tuesday, so just not something where they need to use all the shuttles, but when weekends come around, location dependent, but I've seen upwards of like a dozen shuttles running at once. I'll go ahead and just drive through the exit just so you guys can see exactly what the exit experience looks like. But again, the sign investment is really heavy. There's signage everywhere, just making sure that all the guests are on the same page and understand how to enter and leave the facility. You just kind of follow the signs out, and it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're watching this video, just know too that we create custom guest instruction pages as well as custom guest videos too. So you'll see like 90-second arrival and departure videos on our site. And so you can send that to your guests. They click on this link and it's like an upgraded Turo message, right? Like not only is it telling them in words how to get there, there's also video footage of the guest experience, getting off the airport, getting to zone 1, which is where the shuttle's at, getting on the shuttle, driving from the shuttle to the lot, getting into their car, the whole 9 yards. So it really just makes it like a seamless experience. So that same drive aisle that we came in from, we're exiting from, just watch out for speeding cars. Hang a left. Again, just follow the exit signs, follow the blue Park My Share exit signs. Normally this gate is down when it's not currently being used. Our reader gets picked up. You'll see the green light blink. Gate will lift and you just drive through it. This is kind of like the last big turn. You go down the drive aisle, you see the exit sign here to the left, and then you can see the entrance where they came in from the shuttle. Will be the same entrance and exit area where they'll leave from. Hang a right, and then we have our designated Park My Share entry and exit. So you'll see the blue signs kind of indicating to go in between that aisle. And again, same thing, but just to show you guys how easy it really is. The reader will pick up here any second. It'll read the AVI tag, blink green, and then unlock the gate. I know we talked a little bit about the intercom when I first came in. I want to show you guys exactly how it works, how quickly our team will answer in case help is needed.
How can I help you?
Hey, it's Isaac with Park My Share. I was just doing one more test of the monitoring system.
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Awesome, thank you. They'll be able to vend the gate in the event that something's wrong with the gate or it needs to be opened. Say that a guest has a red-eye flight and they have to fly in at 1 in the morning. That just saved you a late night call or message. Ideally is making the guest experience a little bit better. Because we know when we all travel, like we get kind of overwhelmed and things can get frustrating. So it's just one less thing to have to worry about as a host and as a guest that parks with us. So we got to experience the Park My Share facility here in Charlotte from the perspective of a guest or a host inside of the vehicle. Now I'm just going to elaborate a little bit more on the technology that we're releasing this summer and have installed specifically at this site. So just like all our other sites, we have the AVI reader, which is here on the top of this black pole. It's the gray box there. That's what allows seamless entry and exit like you saw from the inside of the vehicle. But one thing that's brand new that we're really excited about that we installed here in Charlotte is we also have these cameras. Think of it as like a secondary host protection. If your vehicle's damaged and you didn't happen to catch a photo of it, this won't act as a primary, but could act as a secondary way for you to see the photo or get a video of your vehicle leaving to be able to show like, hey, this was damaged before or after the trip, and you kind of have some proof around that. And then lastly, it also acts as a secondary credential. So the primary credential is that AVI tag that we spoke about. That's what allows the seamless entry and exit. But if for whatever reason, say your windshield breaks and there's no longer the tag on there, or say the tag itself is ripped off or broken, it allows for us to read the license plate on your vehicle and act as a secondary credential. We're trying to cover all the bases so there's never an issue with the vehicle not being able to get access. Say worst case scenario happens and the license plate doesn't read and the AVI tag doesn't work, which hardly ever happens, you'll have access to that speaker system there, which is our intercom. You saw me use it inside of the car, but it's super easy to use. We highlight it with the Park My Share sticker vinyl, so your guests and you as a host have access to that as well. So I'm standing here in the Park My Share section of our Charlotte facility, and I just wanted to elaborate and talk a little bit about some of the benefits and amenities that you get as a host when parking with Park My Share. So one of the most time-intensive things that you have to do as a host when you're not using Park My Share is having to drive off the lot to wash your car and do all these things outside of whatever your current parking arrangement is. So at Park My Share, you can actually vacuum your vehicles on site. You can perform basic maintenance activities on site like preventative maintenance, oil changes, brakes, tires, suspension, things like that by one of our mobile approved vendors. You can also wash your cars on site. You can use a waterless cleaning system, so you could spray your vehicles with water and a chemical solution and then wipe it off with a microfiber towel. As long as there's no puddled water or runoff on the floor, you're good to go. So we know that security is really important to hosts. You saw it a little bit when I was inside of the vehicle when you saw the gates and arms and different access points, but the entire facility here in Charlotte is walled off with walls. There's actually electric fence too. So you'll see like a brick wall or wooden wall or metal fence. And then above that, there's an electric fence. There's cameras at every corner. So the place is super secure. We understand that your assets are important to you. It's how you earn your money. And we understand that if anything were to happen to them, it would be upsetting. So we take care of your assets and our facilities are fully secure. One of the biggest benefits that hosts get by parking with Park My Share is they're able to use our location as both a home location and an airport pickup. This becomes your hub where all your vehicles stay stagnant. They can stay here in between trips, and your guests come to you via our permitted airport shuttles and then go back to the airport at the end of their trip on our shuttles as well. It essentially allows you to operate your business as efficiently as the traditional car rental companies do. Thank you for watching this video and for learning more about our newest location here in Charlotte, North Carolina. make sure to head over to our website at parkmyshare.com, click on the Charlotte link where you'll see all of our pricing and amenities that we talked about today, and make sure to click on that intro call button where you'll speak with me and I'll help you decide which subscription model makes the most sense for you and will help you get started. Thanks.